Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pannonian Avars series, in which we're nearing its end of the series, but I originally felt that the last episode that I did was probably going to be the last one, but I felt threatened by two nations. One was the High Kingdom of Sweden, which their military strength is superior to ours because they're allied with the Mongol Empire, which is the other nation that I felt threatened by. And I feel that, right now they're only going after Tehran for these two areas at the moment. But there's a good reason to be worried. That the threat of a Mongol Empire could come to the Khagan Khaganate. But in actuality, it would only be attacking Khazaria, not the entirety of us. They're going after Tehran now, which does include them and them. That's what they're threatened by. So, that's what they're going after. But for Kagajochi, his health is doing poor right now as he's gout-ridden and he's haunted by a ghost. One would think he's haunted by a ghost of all these people that they killed. One would think. But who knows? While his next successor is Chieftain Ogade, who is much younger, and he'll be around a little while longer. But one thing is for certain, as I often say, Sweden is not a threat to us anymore, but it's still a threat in the sense of who they're allied with. Because if the Mongols were to attack us now, we cannot fight a war on two fronts. Impossible. But they're allied through the marriage between these two. And so, as of recently, I've decided to attempt to murder this person, which will take a while, but there are those that can be convinced, which I do have some money for. Good. I just need at least two on board. And one who is a murderer of the past and would be willing. So it'll be just with those two. But I don't think I take seconds just in case. Because this one is the spy master. Yeah. I see. So we need to murder this princess of theirs, a daughter of the Khagan, in order to break the alliance between Sweden and Mongol Empire, so we would only face the Mongols and whoever else that they're allied with alone. But they're both on the inside, so that's fine. And they'll have all the money which they can utilize, all the mercenary that God sends. But anyways, our main focus right now, since we live in basically the frontier areas, so bordering is the counties of Azov and Kuopio, which those names sound familiar, particularly the Kuopio part, because I'm referencing the old Pecheneg playthrough that's with the Manichaeans that I'm currently doing over in CK2. Where, that place, Zarizhokam, it's around there, that's where we based it in. And in that recently, in that part of the series, we had expanded into Sogdia recently, this area. Just a little thing of note. And also, should the Mongols attack, we need to have an alliance between them and us, because they are stronger than us, and I am fearful. Oh, that tiny little thing? Anyways. It would be wise Even though he's a zealous man, and that is a problem. But he is doing poor right now, since he's got that good exotic food that counters these penalties whenever he's ill. So before we could get together, I like to speak your language, which is Slavonic. These are Bulgaro-Armenians, which they decide to abandon their Byzantine heritage in favor of a South Slavic one by speaking Slavonic language, the language of the Bulgarians. So I have to learn that. You can't sway them yet. And in 4 years' time, we'll give them some sponges. We just need to be watching our backs. And start appealing to the most powerful vassals. If you want to be on the council, why don't you say so? You have the skills. That's a start. Anything else? I'll tell you what, I'll lower your taxes as a show of good faith. We'll drop it down a little. As I said, in show of good faith. Gotta start appealing to powerful vassals. This one we can never appeal to because that man is zealous and a refusal in the past. So that man be hard to please. Especially that we gotta disband this faction that they came up with. Because I was an idiot to appoint my brother to be running Verbosna. I could have just given it to some random courtier and we wouldn't be having this problem. But the problem is everybody has got a claim on that, including my other brother. But soon, I'll be having my own children, as you are pregnant, Giovanna. We hope for beautiful, genius children. And gotta invite new knights. Oh, I don't know that decision's there. Submit to the Great Khan. And the reason why I cannot is because we're the same rank as he is. So we would never submit to the Great Khan. Because I am the Great Khan. The Khagan of the Kunzakal Khaganate. Listen to yourself being high and mighty, even though you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. And recruit a plains specialist, because we need someone who's an expert at fighting in the steppe. And logistic. Perfect! We need a man like you in our ranks. He can't be one of our knights, but he could sure be one of the fine commanders of his day. So, there's plenty of other things I could spend my money on, but I think I should just save it. And also we should hold court until we appeal to those in need. Yes, I noticed the entire design of the court does not look like the way it's supposed to be, but that's because of I did some switching around with the mods, but do not worry too much about it. It's just something that look, I'm here to hold court, alright? It's near the end of the series, so let's just do some business. Over the last few days, I've heard tell a mighty hero of the peasantry who has won the hearts and minds of the common people through incredible deeds and matchless bravery. This hero, who goes by the name of Besma, has been defending the small folk from Ruthenian raiders, and has now traveled away to Visegrad to seek an audience. There is no doubt that Besma is a great hero. However, my court is adamant that I do not elevate a commoner beyond their station. See, we need a man like him in our ranks. I could do that because I'm callous, but no, he must join my court, even though I'm spending more of my money than I should. A thin, raggedy peasant stands before me, gawking at the opulence of my throne room. Obviously distracted, I call him to get his attention. Oh, I'm sorry, my lord. My village in Chandax was hit by a blight this year. We not only lost our only crop, but our seed too. We have nothing. We shall starve out home. Glancing around my throne room again. God, surely you have some wealth to spare. Let us establish a crop sharing system with neighboring villages. Open carry. Two of my vassals are pushing one another, joystick to reach my throne first. Duke Ladomir bows for me. My lord, murder is wanton in the city streets throughout the Khagan. It would be civilized if we institute a ban on townspeople bearing arms, at least within city limits. Duke Bratislav kicks him out of the way. Safety is each man learning to protect himself. Banning carry a weapon will castrate the townspeople. Two Slovene people. How do you like that? Two guys of the same culture talking about things. Well, just to please Ladomir, I think we should ban weapons with settlement walls. Sounds contradictory since this is a bit of a national emergency going on due to being bordered with the Mongol Empire. But I had to do this just to please him. Maybe one day we'll host a lavish feast for anybody. So all you have to do is adopt a wait and see approach while we will try to assassinate this broad. Murder on me. When the time comes, my agents will need a safe escape route out of Khangajochi's castle should anything go wrong. A detailed map of the local mountains, faults, hidden paths and caves, would be an invaluable resource. I ain't paying anybody anymore. I'll explore the mountains myself. So, there's a 60% chance that I'll map out the area. 30% chance I would get lost in the mountains. And 10% chance I get lost overnight in the mountains. And then I would get sick. But regardless, I would get a bit of stress because I am impatient. I map out to the area. Son of a beeswax! But the secret is safe, but the scheme is exposed. If we can't get rid of her, then we'll have to get rid of the other person. Building up defenses here. It's upgradable because the Khazar culture around here is correct. My daughter. Intelligent but comely. Chichak. Serve this espionage. It is not what High Chief Dekozo was hoping to find by spying on a secret conversation, but discovering the truth about Khagan Jochi does not hurt. Perhaps this can help my efforts. A non-believer, eh? He ain't pious. I mean, why on earth would I want to blackmail him? Just expose his secret anyway. Make him look like he's a bad guy. And what, dude? But remember the old gods that our ancestors used to believe in long ago, where everything is strict. All I can say is blackmail. No, not blackmail. You expose the secret. So that makes him a cynic. I'm sure I probably made him mad to expose his secret. If this is his reason to declare war against us, then that would be it. Yeah. I'll invite these knights soon, once I get my money. More of my money. Because the daughter has discovered I'm the mastermind behind the plot to murder her. God dang it. That means you can't murder her ever. She knows too much. Now that man, he's going to be hard to rid of. He's going to be hard to get rid of. But I hope there's agents with a spy master, of course. And just in case, if you need a second. You know what? A third will do. Nobody ever suspects a guest. Of course they would, because people are coming in and out. There you go. Now please wait 1 year. Unless we get some progress here. Not again with you goofs! Why did I give my brother Verbosna? Well, I'm out of funds. We just only went with who's got the biggest control. There you go. Collapse of the Empire. With the passing of Emperor Jochi, several successors have claimed the position as Great Khan. With none of them recognizing the others, we are finally seeing the end of the Mongols as a unified empire. They may not be weak, but they no longer stand united behind the single universal ruler. I can breathe a silent relief. Thank you for your mercy, God. Well, I guess I have two feelings for me. One, I am relieved, and two, I am disappointed. I'm disappointed that we don't get to beat them up and all that stuff. So, and well, would you look at that? The Empire collapsed on Christmas Eve, so consider this as a gift from baby Jesus himself. Right on Christmas Day. So it's like, or should we just say, on the night of Christmas Eve, Santa Claus has granted my wish for the collapse of the Mongol Empire. And then I wake up the next morning, And then I hear the news. Merry Christmas, my Khagan. Khagan Vetam. The Mongol Empire has collapsed. And now it's separated between Mongolia, with over 22,000 strong, the Chagatai, 20,000 strong, and the Golden Horde, with less than that. And that makes the Sogdian realms and the Khwarezmian realms safe, because they were in the middle of it. So, great. Now what? I mean, I'm not going to end the episode right then and there. But now I'm kind of without purpose. Because I was expecting an epic war, but I didn't think he would pass this soon. So, Sweden, is he allied with anybody? No, no longer allied with Mongols. Give me the guests. Actually, no, because you just spent the money. Just keep the country together. That's your priority now. The Mongol threat is over. Now you just gotta keep the country together. And if you don't keep it together, then we're bound to have problems in future. Curses! Am I not good at intrigue? Or do they just have dumb luck? That and their spy master. But in fact, check the spy master. One of those agents. What is he doing at the moment? I mean, can you tell what counselor duty he's doing? If I was to get... I mean, he lives over there. Undersea. So I would have to assume that they did send him to find secrets. Probably. Guess they done found out. But it doesn't matter now. I think what it matters now is, well, I think you should worry about Byzantine Empire now. They have superior strength. And you know they would want some territories that they have de jure claims to. They want Bulgaria, and they want Serbia, and Dracia, and Crete, and all that. Don't forget about those. My rival died. And not one day too soon. A what? A grand sacrifice? There are those among my subjects who practice grand sacrificial rites blessed by their Khagan. Agreeing to conduct even a limited variant would doubtless win me their approval, though embracing the more barbaric concepts might net me scorn from those who disdain their ways. When is this a thing? I mean, I'm not zealous. Has the ability to conduct grand sacrifice any sub-realm? The Norse people. I mean, I do recall people of the Asatru faith do, it's like one of those things that, no, that's Tumorism. That's a different one. Aha! That. The Golden Hills. Actually, we have recently expanded that area. Khan Aslan, you are responsible for this. One of your vassals, I would assume that would be you, or not. So we have expanded a realm that it has the Asatru faith. Which means we can perform a grand sacrifice. Now, as a reminder, people, I never had this experience before. This is what they're talking about. The blood. Executions earn piety instead of costing piety, if you are of that faith, of course. And, able to hold grand sacrifices around once a decade for same faith subject of popular opinion. That's what that is. And I did not know, as a secular Catholic ruler, you are allowed to do that. But you'll be losing piety since you're Catholic. It'll only cost you prestige. Do we still have some prisoners? Anybody who can pay their ransom, do so. Anybody that doesn't is gonna get their sacrifice. Even though we're not the kind of people, we don't do barbaric practice, but for some reason, I'm allowed to do that. Heck, even our ancestors never did sacrifices. So everybody out. Those that stayed, well, let me tell you something. I may be a callous person, but I think that kind of sounds like him. But I don't think he's sadistic. Isn't sadistic. And I'm going to be losing some piety because this is kind of similar to before we finally perform the sacrifice. Over in the Taran Basin region, you know, places like Kucha, any of the Tocharian populated areas. In fact, are there still Tocharians? Yes, Tocharo. They do have Tocharian heritage, and the original Tocharians are still around. They're still very much alive. Even the Saka are still alive in this playthrough. But obviously ran by and for Sogdians. But as I was saying, of what those people are like. But obviously I'm using the Rice mod in the middle of the series and not off the start, so some of its traditions would have been changed, including the peoples of the Silk Road thing. But anyways, if you were of a Tocharian culture, you were allowed to do these prophetic animal fights. That's one of those things you can do when you live over there, in that part of the world. And whereas for us here, well, we're about to do something that isn't characteristic of our faith, but let's do it anyway. It's near the end of the series, so let's just do things for the heck of it. Let me take a drink for a moment. The Grand Festival. There are those within my lands who believe in holding grand sacrificial slaughters for their fictional gods. My own enlightened Catholic faith endorses no such butchery. Well, since you talk about crusade and such. And yet, a curious property of many such festivals is that they hinge on active participation of the Khagan. I need not to convert their beliefs to administer their ways, but it would be doubtless to win me many friends among my less enlightened subjects, peasant and noble alike, to agree to host a great festival for their faith. And mine, too. I could just say no, but they are a tiny minority inside our Khaganate, which we've now expanded far beyond our comfort zone. That we've expanded beyond Zaporizhia and entered into the Caspian steppe proper. So I would say these Asatruians could be worth appeasing. I'm going straight to hell for this. Mercenary contract expiring. You know what, whoa, okay, I can't extend that contract, I'm very sorry. There we are. That's why I didn't answer the... It's like, hey, are you going to answer that ransom? I'm just going to say, no, we're about to do this thing here. Though smaller festivals are held for many occasions throughout the year. Once a decade, and this could be once in a lifetime opportunity. The Sachuans of the Khagan Khaganate come together for a grand celebration and, most importantly, a grand sacrifice. Though plentiful blood is shed for the gods, the meat of the offerings goes to the faithful. Such a rich feast usually makes for an incredible party. Of course, such an affair is expensive, so not all Sachuans need to be invited. Oh God. Do I really want to do this? Every lord and commoner is invited. Oh God. Everybody's gonna hate me for this, for what I'm about to do. But I'm only doing this because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Just when you said, I wish to keep the country together. But now I say, well, let's go piss some people off. Every lord and commoner in the Khaganate is invited, and I'm going to spend big money for it. Oh, and by the way, Your Holiness, I'm in debt, so I need some of your money. And plus, whatever you say, whatever news you've been hearing of what I'm about to perform in my country, stay out of it. Anyways, if there's one thing Toste in particular cannot resist, it's his favorite treat. This next sweet snack will be 1 part gingerbread and 1 part potent poison, forgotten by my agent from the child. Well, he's a teen, so of course they would love candy. Excuse me. Bon appetit. I have to the loathsome Khagan. I have considered your plight and decided to grant your request. May these funds help you spread the true faith in your lands. Yeah. Kiss my... I will use this wealth wisely. Defenseless. Toste is dead. He swallowed the bait. Roasted almonds and all. In no time he was clutching at his throat, wheezing for air, before collapsing to a small heap on the ground, never to get up again. All bakers near were questioned, but no trace of foul play could be found. I had to do this, because I killed a child, and at that time was allied with the Mongol Empire, which now has been disillusioned, and I had to do it. Why, I must do everything myself. How can I be expected to rule over the Khagan when half my servants are incapable of following my orders, and the other half does not even understand them? Let me see. Oh, I don't want to take any diplomacy hit. Well, what about drunkard? That one you take a bit of stewardship, which... that I can accept. God, I need a drink. Yep, I'm a drunk now. I'll indulge in a drink. A commemorate found in a company of fellow patrons of the drinks. A calm that the fall grants. The time has come to indulge in a drinking binge. Cheers. Vetam! Hello. Suddenly, my vassal Mayor Chepa sits down beside you, cup in hand. Parents also taken it to the tavern to relax. We spent the rest of the night drinking together. I haven't felt so relaxed in months. Drink up, my friend. We be drinking buddies. We be drinking buddies, you ugly bastard. See, that'll do. Ain't no shame of drinking. It only affects your stewardship, but your promise is still excellent. We may host a lavish feast in the future, if the vassals get uppity again. Oh yeah, I never got to select a new fascination for the previous episode because I lost my focus. So what we just got was direct vassal. Oh, good. Good to know. Uh, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Think. What's next? What's more important to you? You already got your cranes. I think this will do. Next thing you're exposed to is sappers, but it'll take you 10 years. Well, here we go. The Grand Festival. A festival can be both grand and a small affair. By tradition, they also include both human and animal sacrifice. Several prisoners will be offered to the gods. Perhaps even a special choice of my own. Their lives given in tribute to the gods. The beliefs of the Asatru demand this. There are those among my vassals, all of them, who find the notion barbaric, and a ceremony could proceed with purely animal sacrifices if I wish to avoid controversy. Listen, our ancestors never did human sacrifices. We may have perhaps performed animal sacrifice, you may never know. Oh, let me see. Subjects that do not endorse human sacrifice will not lose opinion or popular opinion. Will lose ample opinion. Do not. Will not lose. Will lose ample. Popular opinion of Satruans will be on par with magnificent animal sacrifices and that stuff too, but they are a minority, so I'd be willing to spend the money. Bring forth a beast or fowl for every man. I'm putting my money on it. They will not lose opinion or popular opinion. We're here to sacrifice animals, not humans. You could still go. Son of a beeswax! He says, I'm about to retire for the night. A scene of unbelievable hilarity ensues from my eyes. My guests still beyond. Oh God, the knights! I forgot to invite the knights. Naked as the day he was born, chasing my courtier with an axe. Come here! Give me back my clothes, or I'll split you in half, Starborn screams. Oh, you'll never catch me. I need your clothes to build my cozy jester nest. Yogi giggles, carrying an armful of stolen clothes. Ha! Just what I needed to see. My God, I forgot to invite the knights. Experienced fighter, come in here. Who else? Outstanding fighter who doesn't wear clothes in the moment. Get in here. And another experienced fighter, get in here. At least she's sorted by guest. I forgot about them. Mercenary contract expired. What's taking so damn long? Do we not have a court tutor? You do not. Oh, that explains it. Help me, brother. Gotta start giving everybody positions. gosh. The last thing a person would see before his execution is a naked Swedish man. Who, by the way, is strong and adventurer berserker. Ooh, a berserker executioner. My goodness. What a country. The guests at the festival are so numerous that they blanket the air around the temple, setting up a cacophonous roar as a mighty column of sacrificial animals is herded to the altar. One by one, pigs, cattle, and horses are each brought forth, throttled to death and drained of blood. The meat goes to the fires, and then the feast. All gore is collected in a bowl, and a Godar uses it to paint the walls of the temple, inside and out. I may not share the faith, but happy subjects make for a happy Khagan. In Crusader County. Well, I mean, I do have that nigger berserker with me, so he understands what the heck I've been doing. I'll just say, to Odin. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Whence to the people's grand sacrifice. So the peasants in any county, that's not true, still talk of how they mixed freely with the nobility as at the last mighty feast held in honor of their gods. Again, once in a lifetime opportunity. Gotta be the man of the people. A cabinet. Very competent, you say. We shall see about that. Yeah. At least you still pay homage despite the fact that you hate my guts. Ah, Wine Bottle by Artashir of Antal. Is that really an Armenian name? Bulgar Armenian, you mean? Those accursed fellers. Sampan. I wonder what secrets or massacre text. Is it a shield or just an effect? For her is my life and our life to be. Beautiful start to a family tree. Perhaps I'll try to hand my hand at poetry too. I think I will try. Ah, she likes me well enough. I'm a poet! Hey! What's the matter with you? Calm down, will ya? But hey, me being a poet with higher diplomacy means more people like me. I mean, I would love to invest more money on this. Right. Vanity. Today, a merchant from one of the eastern Mediterranean realms is visiting my household. To our shock, the man says that his servants cut the food up into pieces and that eating the pieces is a thing called a fork. These foreign manners are nothing but sheer vanity. Hey, we should respect different customs, even if they're rather arrogant. Remember, we are a multinational empire, a multi-ethnic empire. So, as a reminder, although forks have been found in Europe, particularly in the Roman Empire, since ancient times, the personal table fork has only gained popularity in the Byzantine Empire and the Middle East during the early medieval period. The rest of Europe was slow to adopt the fork at first, seeing it as a symbol of excess and vanity. And some places in Europe, it wasn't even until the 18th century that personal forks became widespread. What took them so long? Vanity is the answer. Yeah, insurance quality. It'll be of higher quality. Very good. At least we're getting stronger again. A peasant in Visegrad, right here. Got lost recently while trekking near the wilderness. She came across a flat vertical stone surface where the ancient rulers of the region carved various images and symbols. After she reported us to the authorities, I sent in the people to investigate, and it appeared that this stone might be the last remnants of an imposing ancient monument. The stone can't be reused, so it must stand where it is, perhaps for all of eternity. Quite a sight to behold, isn't it? We ought to examine that. But first, some poetry. Spear of the Kunzaka. Where other men speak silvered words, he leads soldiers in iron herds. So let none challenge his bold intent, unless to the hereafter wish to be sent. Let's examine that stone monument. But first, the alchemist reached for the hawk-shaped chest piece as the sorcerer looked on with fear. I'm suddenly interrupted by the fuming Duke Manuel. Did you just call my beloved father a knave and a skirt chaser? He screams. I demand recompense for this grievous insult. Perhaps my Slavonic needs more practice. Oh, you misheard. I called him a sensible and a paragon. Tricked him into thinking I flattered his father. Honest mistake. So ancient stone monuments might be a dime a dozen for some scholars, but there is one in particular that was recently discovered which has intrigued me. I intend to visit and simply admire to try to better understand it. I will travel and survey the ancient stone monument in my own domain to lose stress and gain prestige and piety. Prehistoric stone monuments can be found in many places in the world. These monoliths, whose purpose is often uncertain or at least contested, inspire many legends and myths for later cultures that discover them. Yeah, it's probably of the old Avar culture that used to live here. The stone of our ancestors, one would think, as we've been in this playthrough for 367 years. I have taken some travel to the more remote parts of Visegrad, where there is a great ancient stone monument. I was just curious and wondered what it's like. Upon arriving at the location, I walked up to the monument and examined it further. Though its shape is crude, it was clearly carved by human hands. It is also an impressive size. I can see why the locals have been unable to move it anywhere. One has to wonder how it got here in the first place. My scholarly instincts tell me to investigate the monument further. I mean, of course, it's part of our heritage, you know? Philosopher culture. Oh, by the way, how much does it cost to adopt one more? Oh, it depends on, all those things. But the problem is, since we're so late in age, what the hell am I gonna choose? I mean, we're stoic, so we're more defensible. I mean, ask again when you get more prestige, so... So what's going on? A little language. My heir and my brother. She's 2 years old. Hold on. Greetings, my handsome Khagan Tarkad, says, laughing. You got a peg leg! Oh, you're one-legged. I never noticed that until now. Anyways, says laughing. I'm very interested in the upbringing of your daughter, Chichak. You see, I speak Serbo-Croatian, Srpsko-Hrvatski, a language that I believe would be most useful for her to learn, he explains with a genuine tone. I just need a coin for quills, ink, and parchment, and some personal compensation, of course. Yeah, that sounds very useful. I'll pay you anything to see it happen. My goodness. 2-year-old girl who knows how to speak Serbo-Croatian. She'll be saying things like,
Hello, kako si radiš danas?
yep, that's my naked executioner, knight, and berserker. In case you didn't remember. You know what? Oh hell, I think we should go for a feast right now. I was gonna go hunting, but nope. Lavish feast. This will get rid of all the stress because I am a drunkard. Thought about having a feast at some point. So we gotta know who's in the feast and who's not. That's the most important part. Okay. Move it. Now. He's from the faction. That one's from the faction. He's in the faction. So does she. Okay, we got some people in. Pollen chip. No, thank you. Welcome, dear friends. Organa's following. Servants were carrying out impressively adorned instruments. A number of proud peacocks, skinned, cooked, and stuffed, then redressed in their magnificent plunges. However, as Mayor Organa brought his knife close to one of them, a vow came to a shriek. That one wasn't cooked at all. It pecked at Organa's nose before bursting forward one was screaming and laughing against. The peacock's escape ended soon enough. As Mayor Shuka rose from her seat and with cold efficiency grabbed by its neck with a twist of hands, a loud snap made the entire hall fall silent. The silence was broken by Organa's moans of pain as he touched his bleeding nose. Well, he wasn't drunk, that didn't know better, but him being irritable, he's gonna be like, oh, that damn bird! No feast is complete without a prank. But good laugh prolongs life, as long as you're not the butt of the joke. After nights of joyous company, my feast is over. Most every guest seemed to head home pleased, except perhaps Organa, who was still clutching his nose where the peacock marked him. It seems no one wishes to part simultaneously with Shuka, after her brutal disposal of the bird. I will call on you again, Miguel says. Every guest that was here, including those from the faction, but he expects me a little more. There, leave the faction. What did you just call my brother, you trollop? Anyways. Yeah, why not to myself? Now I've become more interested in gaining prestige. Because I have a bit of an interest regarding, need a little more money to do that. There you go, I learned the Slavonic language. Lucky you. We'll send a letter. I'm impressed with my knowledge of Slavonic. That's what we call improved relations. Lord, the beneficiary Kavar gestures me over an object, covered in fabric with a white grin on his face. I've toiled many days and nights. My work's done. He whips the covering off, and my eyes grow wide as I see what's hidden beneath. A cabinet of excellent craftsmanship. It is constructed from maple panels. The wood has been sanded to a smooth finish. This is lovely. You said you were going to make a cabinet, not a table. But still, it's furniture. This is quite lovely. Just out of curiosity, I wonder how it looks. Oh, would you look at that? I know it's a little hard to see from certain angles, but look up here. That little table there, and it's got a vase on it with flowers on it. It looks like I could see, but let me get a closer look at that again. Well, it's not that close. But hold on, get out of photo mode. Go to the artifact again. There. Now get a closer look. A vase with flowers. And the flowers actually move. Look closer. They do. It's actually better than this old chest. Well, that depends on who you ask, because this is feigned versus illustrious. But I gotta put this back. It's just grandeur bonus reasons. Also, what's going on? Are you expanding again? My daughter and her should check. Oh, I just dropped something. I'll get it in a second. Is an unusually calm child. When others play their wild games, she often withdraws to some silent corner. She does not speak a lot, but I can tell she's always thinking about something. Wonder what's on her mind. Not surprisingly, she got pensive. Because after all, we're a philosopher culture, so you're more likely to get those. Now, where is it? Let me get down here. I want to let the game run. Oh, I found it. Okay, there we go. I'm not saying that I'm an easily distracted person. It's just, hey, there's some certain things that you should know. Huh. Oh my goodness, my abacus! Was gonna have that repaired. It's gone! Oh no! I love that thing! But I tell you what, you better start reading the lusty Greco-Roman maid, because I like to have more children. So you might as well seduce her. Count Tyrannosaurus spear. Don't eat it. How could you let the abacus be gone? But I think there is a valid reason for that. It's because you were mainly focused on the Mongol threat and that stupid war that you had over in Ruthenia, which was held by Sweden at that time, and all that. Yeah, let bygones be bygones. It's from a feast, alright? Oh, wait a minute. Who was that you just... That's... Oh, where? Oh, from West Africa. Oh, look, a pilgrim. because he's got the pilgrim's hat. So I've been made aware that Giovanna is very close to her father, Raimundo. Gaining his favor might help me to catch her attention. Get a weak hook on me. What am I going to do with that? Gained a favor hook on me. He's a mayor. What the hell is he going to do with that? The next time we meet, Giovanna offers me a wider smile as usual. My father, Raimundo, has told me how you helped him, and I wanted off my things. Anything for her father, even though he's an irrational lackey. Oh, good. It makes you less likely to take part in any factions. No, no, thank you. Lost love. Last night she appeared in my dream. We laughed and danced and talked about nothing in particular. My heart was beating so fast, for I was so nervous yet excited that even when I woke up I could still feel it. It's been so long, so many years since you last met, yet even now I still think about her, my first love, despite the fact that I plan on seducing my wife, who we're already married, but that's only just to have more children. But we were so young and innocent, so just remembering childhood love. We were so young, so innocent, and even now, so many years later, the memories of the laughter and joy we shared haunt me. Yeah, I remember my first love in real life. That was something, and that's all I gotta say about that. All is fair. Many treatises have been written on honorable conduct in war, but those authors' lives weren't on the line when they put pen to paper. Should I want to maximize my chances of winning in battle, it might be worthwhile for me to consider employing some more unorthodox strategies. I'll trick my enemies into overextending. Meanwhile, the celebrations had come to an end and the evening's entertainment soon be over, when Cato and Giovanna suggested a reading. A clerk soon arrives, wondering what the guests would like to hear. This will save my chance to impress her. Analytic lackey. She's a bit of a wild card. So I'll just say, let's be entertained. Travels to Jerusalem. The clerk reads for us. She seems completely engrossed. She approaches me. Good choice, Vetam, she says in open saying. It was great, wasn't it? Successful deception. I gathered my retinue together for some war games, eager to try out my idea of faking a rout to learn my opponents overextending. Once we split into teams, I took care to show everyone how to yield just enough ground to trick the other side into moving out of position without giving so much that our line would break. My new tactic worked flawlessly, allowing us to encircle the enemy team and force them to surrender. I await the day that I can use this trick in a real battle. You got it. If only we were to practice that on the Mongols, but we'll never get to fight them. Scandalous priest. I mean, I had a look at him earlier, and I knew there was something about him. The Catholic world was about to learn that my patriarch Paul was discovered gorging himself on a luxurious feast of fresh quail, fine cheeses, pomegranate cakes, and noble meats. The excessive indulgence of the feast cast a dark shadow on his legitimacy. While scandals among clergy are nothing new, It is disquieting for one who occurs so close to home. I don't think we ever had a scandalous priest for years until now. I should just stay silent about this. My beloved wife. The servants had all been sent away, and our bed has been decorated with roses. As Giovanna enters our chamber, she smiles amiably and joins her without hesitation. With the help of hands, mouths, limbs, we reaffirm the devotion we swore before God, perhaps in a more carnal fashion than we intended. So now I lay with her, so that means you should impregnate your wife, and you get to have another child, because that's how it works. Whoa, you're sending me a gift? Oh, thank you very much. I was about to say, let me guess, proposal lines. What is it? Forge a crown. Are you any good? Asked by his peers. A eunuch, too, to boot. Stewardship, prowess, diplomacy. Sure. Should start investing things again. Well, since you just fell in love with your wife, who is smart and all, so why not dedicate it to her? We share crowns, you know? It's visiting style. Oh boy. Very grave look at Titus, see my metalsmith. Hoping it does bring you in news. Those splendid crowns you have ready for me. Oh, there you are, Martin Leach. I have hit a wall of my work. Nothing major. The idea is gone as precious amounts. I just need some inspiration, mighty Khagan. Minus some prior examples I could examine. Gee, I don't know if it's a good idea. Me being a drunk and then make him a drunk. Especially one who is a Muslim, and drinking is prohibited. But, you know what, to the Great Hall. I showed Titus around my Great Hall, taking great pride in his luxury and various riches on display. The metalsmith pauses, still awestruck, examining my lavras regalia. Ah, very fine, Millie. Can I use such jewel? You know that thing served me well, right? You're just having a look. Beneficiary Titus says, approached me with frown, burnt eyebrows, some venom. My lord, I mean no disrespect, but this forge of yours, let's just say if you want a crown to be oil again, You're gonna have to invest in a new one. Of course. Whatever you need. Whatever you need, Ace. Jimmy, Chris is 4 months. Stop investing over here. And no, no, no. This way. I spot my wife, Giovanna, chittering excitedly at Odyssey, listing ideas and suggestions for my crown. My metalsmith's barely concealing his contempt, clearly annoyed at my spouse's interference. And as you're forging a crown, she goes on, might as well match my grandmother's old crown. Part of his soul seems to be dying. Come, darling, let's leave it to the expert. Yes, leave it to the experts. That's something you people need to know more of. Leave it to the expert. And yes, I got a son. He's a genius, but he's comely. But I'll take it. Oh, quit acting so damn excited. Zenti. How old am I again at this age? 40 years old. You're doing fine. A strange sensation. That strange sensation comes at me again all of a sudden. I feel as if somewhere, someone just said something unflattering about me. Maybe it's because they know that I'm a drunk. But anyways... I don't remember my benign just being this scurvy. Oh, Lord, excuse me, you see. I had too much to eat. It would seem my stomach does not agree with me. Hugh has a pained look on his face. He farts out. Suddenly, a colorful coat bursts open, revealing a litter of kittens. There must be 30 of them in there. Meowing is filling all over the place. Jesus Christ! Also, don't I have a dog? Or was that the past character? May have been Kano. No one will notice if I just if I keep just one of them. I cannot believe I got a cat right out of his ass. As a cat rests in my lap, contentedly purring. I wonder what I should name him. Something historical, something alluding to his black fur, something to describe a soothing feeling experience. I'm gonna scratch it behind the ear. Oh, I know. I will name him. Jeez. Well, why not? Mittens. I would typically call him Shadow because of Blackbird. No, let's call him Mittens. And remember, if you get too stressed, pet your cat. Also, wait a minute, what? Died under mysterious circumstances. Well, who could have hated that man? I didn't. I didn't do it. Don't look at me. Should start disrupting schemes. Oh God, not again. No, never mind, it went away. Excuse me. Okay, an opulent crown of exocrystal. The crown is forged from electrum adorned with intricate filigree that frames a large sapphire centerpiece. Holy crud! Let me see that as compared to the old Radonite Avar crown. For renown, powerful vassal council tax contribution, and an arms maintenance deduction, which gives you more money in return. Yep. What a difference it makes. This is lovely. Watchman Z's. Top of the morning and nothing to report, the guard told me as I made a few rounds around my garden. Me being a callous person, I would just be saying things like, stand up straight! An interesting adventure. I was at a local inn and met an interesting man. I thought he was a typical grizzled mercenary. However, after talking to him some more, I learned he was not only quite cultured and charming, he was actually trained as a scholar in a faraway land before he decided to take up a venture. Versatility is the key to survival, he says. Hire me, and you'll be well prepared to face threats, both physical and of the mind, as I fight with both blade and pen. You might say I'm equipped to handle nearly any danger, even those that may not come in a form of overt violence. He says he will stay near for the short while before leaving for somewhere else. If I want to hire him, I better do it soon. I'll consider your offer, so I got a mercenary scholar. So you got 2 years. I'll think about it. You need this for the next set of buildings. Neo-Kazakh, a divergent culture of Kipchak. Wow. I guess it's one of those unique ones. Write that wrong. You know it's gonna make some people mad. Oh, stretching. Oh, God. No, it's not a long day for me. I don't feel tired. It's just more of you and your pilgrim's hat. We know you took on a pilgrimage back in the day. I gained a favor hook on it. Well, great. What am I going to do with that? The famous bard has settled down in Rhodos. Though his music and singing is sublime, he refuses to perform for the well-being of the powerful. He went offered an exorbitant amount of riches. He even refused an invitation from me. Instead, he prefers to entertain the more the masses, inspiring and uplifting them. Of course, the callous person in me would say, he shall be arrested for his insolence. But that's going to make some people mad. But if he was associated with commerce, so be it then. Despite me being impatient and callous. Reading of the secret. A tedious face become worse when Hranos suggested reading from the army's printed. Thankfully, Besmer's mood suggested reading the City of God instead. Much better choice. And why do I care about their business? Oh God, my drinking partner died. And look at you, renowned physician. Even though she's got consumption and she's doing poor. If there's one thing she cannot treat, it's herself. That's life. Vetam, that cat's gotta go. Giovanni is holding Vince up by the skin of his neck, eyes red roses. I cannot stand as anyone. I can barely breathe when he's away. Hey, I will not give Vince away. Learn to deal with it. It ain't gonna kill you. Because you had some good entertainment over the years. Oh, wait a minute. King on Negro? Is he my brother or... No, that's not him. It's someone else. But he is a... How long have you been King of Serbia, by the way? Oh, he's been king for a good while. I never noticed that. But hey, Kozakal rules Serbia. Even though he's getting chopped at the bit. Chomped at the bit? But, oh, what are you gonna do? Serbia is getting smaller and smaller until it's part of the Kozakal Khaganate. Which I feel, hey, you want to be vassalized? I know you're at war right now, but unfortunately, you're Orthodox Christian, so that's where the problem lies. Oh my goodness. She's near death. Flagellant, melancholic, cancerous. Despite the treatment she has, but it's not enough. She is a guest. And a bisexual, so who knows what kind of relation she's had in her past. But, you know, I'm a 41-year-old man and you're 61. You're about to die and you're sick and all that, so I kind of feel bad, alright? I may be callous, which I would just say, never! The world will know her perverted nature, but she's just gonna die knowing that she was a fornicator. But a distraction for tonight and nothing more. Look, I'll leave her, but she's at an age where you cannot impregnate her, alright? Oh, God. My guest, Radnush, approaches me eagerly. The scandal would cause if I've been caught with my kinswoman. Oh, and that's another thing. Kinswoman. There was no one else in the stables that evening. Fingers tracing a light across their body caused her twisted squirm under my touch. Hell, I even squirm! I keep going past any point of exhaustion or reason. It's nothing but the two of us. I only hope that our moans of passion were drowned out by the stomping and whinnying of horses. It was sweet as it was fleeting. I wish the callous person that says, "What is the matter with that woman?" But she's about to die. And before she passes on, she just wants to know. This is just going to be one of her things that she'll never forget, and she'll take that to her grave with it. But she was zealous and humble. It's just, hey, I speak her language. She just needed another person's touch. Okay? We aren't going to become lovers, because if we were lovers, I would gain stress for that. Vision of Judo. While studying the tactics, I was adjusting my shoe, of the ancient generals, I was inspired when I learned about Constantine's victory at the Battle of the Milvian Bridge. The night before the battle, Constantine dreamed that victory would soon be granted if he painted the Chiro, the symbol of Christ. The Chiro. I think I figured it out because Greek language. He did exactly that. The next day he overran the forces of the usurper Maxentius, who fell into the Tiber River and drowned. Well, I ain't got no tactics, but I think the wicked are no match for God's armies. Holy war may help you out in the future. Country conflict. Food taster, vassal, and chancellor. While sitting on the throne, mulling this and that, the fur erupts. My personal champion, Idalchuk, roars. I know exactly what you meant, you knave. How dare you disrespect our Khagan? Right in the face of the bewildered Milchrome. My Chancellor Khan Yogi quickly waits to separate them. But the Abbot spear has already been irreparably tarnished. Such stirring is beneath this court. I will not be cowed by your games, Milchrome. I've heard you with my own ears. I demand satisfaction with this fight against my lord. The mayor folds his hands and replies, very well. I'm glad you put this brash brute in his place. All look for me to say the matter, as Georgi keeps the two apart. Yeah, let the jester be the guy that says, It's like, I'll be the man of reason here. So, please, get together. Kimek, Carpathian, Damage, oh my goodness, am I gonna be that guy? I'll, again, me being cast, I'm just gonna be that wise guy. He said, what? Fetch my mace. I'm gonna kick your ass for this. You have no chance. A few brief moments, Mayor Crewman and I pace in the lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I lift my Khagan Vetam's mace, this excellent, illustrious weapon, ready to defend myself while he clutches his axe for in hand. This fight will be maybe till my first blood, but doesn't ease my nerves. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Spotting opportunity, Krum lunges forwards and headbutts me hard in the face. I reel backwards, wrong-footed. Well, I'm a man full of money, and I have high stewardship skill. So I'll just say, taste silver, knave! So, silver vision. I'll hurl a heavy silver purse at his face. Just threw 20 coins at him. So medium chance to increase my likelihood of success. No chance of risk of injury for me. And he would pick up the said money. And I would gain the dual handicap rank 4, and so does he. Which increases the chances of likelihood of success and high increase his injury. Snatching a heavy purse from my monies from my waist, I lob at Krum. It hits him right in the face, giving me a brief opening with a rapid thump of my mace. Well aware that he's utterly outmatched, he hurls himself at me boldly, forcing me backwards with all the desperation of the doomed. My form is good, with only small errors. As stance as possible. I have yet to open up my opponent's guard at all. I see no way to claim victory yet. So I threw money at him, and now I'm just gonna be this guy. I lose stress because I'm callous, so I'm just gonna make a mocking boast. I make fun of his poor level of fame, so no increase to my luck. There's no risk of injury. I'm just making him a little stressed. In other words, he's mad. My words cut deep into his ego. Everyone knows my fame and prestige reputation pales by comparison. He tries to launch a rapid thump at me, but the blow is easily swatted away. Okay. Is that the best you got? You can't even hit me! Tired the opponent, playing defensively every time, allowing him to tire himself while I stay fresh. So it'll become harder to injure myself for this. What the playing for time, I backpedal away from my opponent, attempted to wave through his strikes till he tires. A dangerous strategy at times. I find myself caught between quick slashes that knock me so hard I bounce, simply topple over. He doesn't let up, it soon stands there ready to split my groin in two. He wounded me. Again, it's not duel to the death, it's duel to first blood. Must be my drunkenness. Because of his duel success score, that's what happened. Should pay more attention to that. I feel humiliated. But I'll say this. You ruled the day that you defeated Khagan Vetam. One day, we're gonna have a rematch. Well, I doubt it, but... and still. But I'm gonna end this episode by holding court. So sit your ass back down in the court and take off the helmet and put back my old crown. Anyways, Duchess Santasia and her husband approach closely worried some at the court. My lord, I'm sure someone in Khagan is trying to harm my husband. I have no evidence but to suspect Conrad. He has a reputation for villainy, cause for his throat. Holy crud, let me see that. Oh, that's Hall of Bohemia. Hey, you're wearing clothes again. Good on you. But I'll question him. He denies any involvement. It's all good. Selling the Sloven. My lord, I represent the Sloven people of Aranya, states my knight son. We are devoted and faithful subjects, but our land is poor, underdeveloped, scarcely populated. Please allow us to recolonize it and administrate according to our traditions. Under your benevolent protection, our land can still prosper, and you shall get a new faithful vassal. I know what's best for it. It ain't you. The servant of God. Countess Khatun has been nursing a terrible overheating illness. My lord, I cannot abide your tolerance of unbelievers like Countess Boyana and Aram, even Mr. Nobility. God made his demands on us plain. Carpathia should be the land of the faithful. Out with these orthodox dogs! I've been wanting to do that for some time, but let me see. I know there's some non-Catholic vassals around here, but if they got a problem with me, well then we're gonna go. You must convert. Refuses to convert. Yeah, we're gonna have problems in the future. Stop right here. Yep. You made some people mad. Yep. If there's gonna be peasant revolts, we'll be sure to put them down. Whatever. Well, that's gonna be the end of this episode. Where I will start doing these things again, and go hire a mercenary scholar as well in the next episode. In fact, I think over the next week, these will be the last few episodes that I will film. I know I've been saying this for a while, but I mean this will indeed be some of the last ever. And I'm ready to put this series to bed, take a break from Crusader Kings 3 for a while, and then we'll look forward to the next series, wherever it may be. Particularly looking at you over there, Taran Basin. Looking at you there. So, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, Mongol threat no longer exists. We survived internal revolt possibilities, but you made some people mad. But hey, it could have been worse. So we hope you people have enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you in the next one. But until then, so long for now.